Hi, welcome to the Mom series, The Misunderstanding of Multiplicity. I want to do a catch-up video and say hello. Happy holidays for those of you that are celebrating, whatever you're celebrating. Happy, I don't think it's Kwanzaa time yet, but it's getting there. Festival of Lights, Hanukkah, Christmas, holidays, whatever. This is my December video. I haven't been wanting to really come out here much. There hasn't been much to really say about the media and multiplicity, not much at all. There's always going to be DID, MPD in the media, but I kind of come to a fork in the road where I feel it's time for reevaluating this channel and the purpose that it serves, and what I want to say and what the mosaics want to say too. And I wanted to say, first of all, I do see your mail. I cannot read all the mail that I have, and I read it slowly. I'm somebody that really ponders over what I read. I can't just read a whole lot of information and then just toss back a letter. Over the past 4 years, I've gotten a ton of mail. I've gotten to know a lot of great people out here, and I thank you for your friendship. I've enjoyed knowing all of you. A lot of times in that sharing out here, there's a lot of mail going back and forth. And I've run into a lot of great people, and I've run into some people I don't ever really want to have contact with again. And I think, it's a big chance when you're out here, whether you're doing a cooking show or a funny channel or a crafting show or arts and crafts or poetry, whatever, you're going to get all kinds of comments and mail and whatnot. And, it's a chance to take. And I've been really blessed to meet a lot of wonderful people out here. But I've said from the beginning, I do not think anybody should be doing their therapy out here or looking for support in a way that is unhealthy. And I am not anti-psychiatry, I am not anti-counseling or anti-therapy. I am anti-labeling. I'm anti-pathologizing everything. I think that if a person is genuinely having a problem with something and they can get help from a therapist, and they have goals, and they can go to somebody, a counselor, priest, spiritual person, whoever they find, great. Life coaches are out there like crazy now. Awesome. And I'm glad to share with people, but I don't ever want the responsibility of I guess sharing too much of my experience being diagnosed with multiple, and how I managed that, as far as when people write and say, did your group ever do this, or my group's doing that, I just wonder, or I'm going through this right now, did you ever go through that, and what did you do? I can give some helpful hints, but because every person is so individual, and every experience, and how some came to be multiple or understood that they're multiple, what I say may not work for you, so I can only tell you general things. And I've always wanted this channel to focus on the media and how the media misportrays multiplicity, sensationalizes multiplicity, pathologizes it, and look and kind of explain how it's not that way. And so I did begin with the United States of Tarot, looking at that, and I saw that as a opportunity, silver lining for awareness. And about halfway through United States of Terror, I started to think, this is going to do us more damage than it's going to do good. And it did. It literally ran us onto a crazy train journey and off the rails and left it there. And I was thinking about all the different media portrayals we've had out there, going all the way back to like One Life to Live with Vicky and Nikki and all her group, and then her brother Todd and all his group, and then her daughter Jessica and Tess and Bess and all her group, and how that got left. And it's been interesting to see that awards have gone to actors and writers and producers. The Prism Awards, I think they're called, for mental health, where they've given awards to people for bringing awareness to a condition and accuracy, and to look back and see that some of these folks have gotten that award, really, it makes me sad, because it's obviously not that way. But this Sunday night, I was watching the Give Back America Awards, and two things were highlighted that I really loved. Was that they gave an award to a group of service animals that service blind people, hearing impaired, emotionally, developmentally ill, elderly, hospice patients, people that had gone through traumatic injuries, loss of limbs, and then people that had mental illnesses that needed emotional support. So I just thought that was wonderful. And then a very big award went to Glenn Close. And she told the audience how her sister was there in receipt with her nephew. Her sister was diagnosed bipolar, and her sister's son was diagnosed schizophrenic. And I believe in her speech, from what I can remember that I counted, was 3 times she said her family had no vocabulary for what they were going through with her sister. Her sister became bipolar, was diagnosed bipolar as a young woman. So the family had no vocabulary for it, no way of understanding what they were going through or to express it. And not much was said about it. And then when her son was diagnosed schizophrenic, again, they had no vocabulary, no voice, no words that could explain. So she received an award for getting the word out about bipolar, accurate word out about bipolar, schizophrenia, opening the doors to talk about clinical depression, borderline personality, post-traumatic stress. And it was just a wonderful moment for decreasing the stigmas. And I think it's going to take a whole lot of docudramas of real people with DID and multiple personality that have lived with the diagnosis and are continuing to manage and function and the best they can, some high functioning, some ups and downs and in-betweens, and to get a really good view, all different cultures all around the world, to get a broader view again. And we're not going to see that in the media unless we all kind of take charge of it. So I don't see that happening. I've tried to start to do that several times with other people that are diagnosed, because we have or people that live multiply, we have the technology to do this ourselves. We don't need a book, or we don't need one more book, one more story. We don't need one more 60-minute or primetime exclusive. I really don't think we need that. That's just my opinion. They no matter how hard they try to show a real thing, they're gonna accentuate on the bizarre. I was thinking of, or not the bizarre, but the kooky or whatever. I was thinking of the Robert Oxman interview, where they really just, they paid attention to Bobby, who went around the park with bottles on his head skating. There was so much more to this man than that. There was so, within his personality system and so many people, there was so much more, but they focused on that. With Herschel Walker, they continually focused on what his wife said, that he became violent, that wasn't him. There was more to Herschel Walker, and I just don't ever think we're going to see that portrayed in the media, even in the true account age. So I haven't had much to say, other than I'm reading a really good book that I recommend for anybody that's doing memory work. This is called The Total Memory Makeover. It's by Mary Lou Henner, and it is not a recovery book, but it's a great book. It's a great tool to use for those of us that love to journal and those of us that keep lists. It's a great tool for how to remember good memories. Mary Lou Henner is considered to have a highly superior autographical memory, and was showcased on 60 Minutes with a bunch of other people that seemingly can remember insignificant details, autobiographical. If you asked, what were you doing July 4th, 1978? She could probably remember. What were you wearing? What was on TV? What music was playing? What were you eating? She could remember. And these are like insignificant details that most of us just don't remember unless there's something significant going on, right? But she talks about in this book how that for years got in the way of her communicating, because she had so much detail. And I really could relate to that. I don't think I'm to the level that she's at, but I'm close to that. And she talks about how to organize your memories so that it's sort of like you have a drawer that is a keeper drawer, a drawer that is your important stuff, and maybe I'm going to toss it away, maybe I'll use it for a little while, and then your toss away drawer. And then for people that really can't remember much, how to begin to remember, and beginning with writing down simple things like a food that you enjoy eating, and the first time you remember eating it, a song that you hear that you love. When did you first hear it? What were you doing? Hot weather. Where were you? What summer was it? And how you build your history from making listing things, small things, and how that becomes a full memory. And that is how it really is. So, great book. And she's just got a great energy about her in her writing. So it's very enjoyable. So you might want to look for it. And I'll catch up to mail later, and I hope you're all doing well, and I wish you a very nice holiday. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.